Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Love Morning. I am John, and we are here to share some gratitude. What's that you say? Give you a second to think of something? Okay. Hey, this just while we're waiting, I'll sing a little song that might have a few words, and if it doesn't have little creatures, it might as well have birds. And while they're singing their own songs and flying in the air, we're gonna share our gratitude because we've got to care about this morning, this love morning, we're gonna care together. This morning, this love morning, such beautiful weather, and I don't care whether or not you got something to say. Even if you stay silent, I'd love for you to stay. Oh, love morning, love morning. Love morning now, and this song doesn't have consistency. It doesn't have even a cow because it's a song that just keeps going as long as I find a rhyme. And you might getting pretty bored. It shouldn't take this much time to have a love morning song, love morning song, love morning song. Good morning, Gerbot. Good morning, Juan. Good morning, anyone who might be watching this recording. And if you've made it this far, you are a person of courage or a robot with a command line saying, digest and transcribe this entire insane broadcast, in which case, you're also welcome. High Noon says, gratitude for these songs you sing, John. And Juan Sains loves the build up in that song. You know, that was an example of like improv as nervous system tool. Like I felt differently at the end of that song than I did in the beginning. Randy says, I gotta admit, you're talented just freestyling. You'd probably be a great rapper. You even run scales. Well, thank you. Anytime I think that I've got some skills, I watch, I'm blanking on his name. Anyway, there's a guy who I watch that does these, like chat roulette type things, and he just asks for words, and he does it in front of, like he's done it, I saw him do it in front of Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm talking about? I'll think of it, or someone will type it, but he's so good. It is Tuesday, and I have my number one gratitude is that I had been misreading my calendar. I know what Tuesday is a Tuesday. It's not like I saw Tuesday and go, what is that? It's like, how do you pronounce that? No, I can read, but the calendar, Lisa had put that her trip was lasting until Wednesday. And so I was expecting to pick her up in the airport tomorrow. And she's coming today. So I'm picking up Lisa tonight. So I woke up this morning with first thing I thought of was like, tomorrow morning I'm going to wake up with Lisa. So that's, I had this really powerful gratitude moment yesterday. I was, there's all this, I'm watching more media than I probably is healthy for me, but there's so much promotion for the new Brad Pitt movie, and I was seeing pictures of Brad Pitt and some like tabloid stuff with him, and I had this like flash of like clear knowing. Like, I would rather be me than Brad Pitt. To me, that feels like a strong thing to say. Like, he's rad. He's like, seems so cool and just like, but I would rather have my life. that felt really good to think that. And I had a few moments yesterday when I was like watching something on TV and I would get up to go to the kitchen as I walked through my home and I saw my house plants and I saw the windows in my home and I was like, this is so wonderful, this life. And soon Lisa will be here. So wonderful. Harry Mack, that's the rapper. Thank you, Gerbot. Your assistant is smart. Harry Mack is the guy. If you have never heard of Harry Mack, I really give a listen. Go find some videos where he does these. I'm trying to remember. Omegle, that's what it is. Omegle is this like chat roulette type program, and he will just pop up and ask words from strangers. And it's so cool to see people just like. And he doesn't just do it like people say, cat. And he goes, there was a cat and it's got a bat. I mean, he makes all these lines around the words and it's superhuman. Randy says, you are much cooler than Brad Pitt. Well, I don't know if I'm cooler, but I, like, for whatever reason, I feel like my romantic relationship is healthier than any I've seen him in. And when it comes to the treasures of a human lifetime, would I rather have fame and fortune, or would I rather have a beautiful relationship and a peaceful life? I think I'd rather have good friends, good relationship, peaceful life. So, I mean, that's not a diss on Brad Pitt, because it's Brad, you know what I'm saying, right? Call me. Juan says, I'm grateful to have my boy and my dog at home together today. It is wonderful to see the beauty in today. That's what I'm talking about, Juan. Those are the treasures. Randy says, I showed my mom last week. I'm like, check out Halcyon. And she liked you. That's awesome. Thank you. And thanks to your mom. I think I'm likable. Actually, that was a little like humble. I feel I'm pretty confident that if I sit down with someone, I think I'm very likable. I wonder if everybody thinks that about themselves. But like I can get anxious about a crowd, but like if there's a dinner party and someone's actually, let me think about that through. Is that true? If I have the desire or the intention to connect with someone, I believe I can. But I can also be really quiet at a dinner party if food for thought. What are you grateful for? I'm grateful for the opportunity to really genuinely ask questions about our thoughts and feel safe to explore whatever the truth is. Like, I don't know, maybe that's not true. Let me think about that. Not everybody lives in that state. Not everybody feels safe to explore their truth, to truly examine their life, their thoughts, their biases, and go, is that true? I think it's one of the most valuable things we can do. Gerbot says, I'm grateful for my AI assistant and for being here now in this wild future we've co-created. Friggin' wild. Yes. Hey, Chris. Chris says, I'm grateful the transition into the assisted living facility for my dad went smoothly yesterday. Grateful for the staff. They seem very nice. Ironically, my dad only wants to chat up the attractive young staff and not the batty seniors. Clearly, you guys are related. Well, I'm glad it went smooth, and that's got to be tough for everybody. So good on you all for hanging in there and making it work. I'm grateful for a chat conversation I had yesterday with an old friend. You know, I keep talking about this podcast I've been listening to, the We Will Rank You podcast, which is hosted by 3 people I went to high school with that I kind of have lost touch with. And have really enjoyed getting back in touch with them, and was having these, as I've been listening to hours of them talking with each other, just feeling really like longing for friendship with them, and even feeling like, oh, our friendship is growing, even though I'm not there, but I'm getting to know them and hearing stories about their vacations and their families, and so finally got in touch with the third one that I had not talked to in a long time. And we had a nice long chat in text yesterday where we both were vulnerable. And, I was reminded how important he once was in my life. And really was really, really nice. So I'm really grateful for kind of a reconnection with an old friend. Randy says, I'm grateful for my grandmother and cat. Meow. Heinun says, I'm grateful for having such uncomfortable, however so important conversations with my brother Connor yesterday. I'm grateful for therapy later today and a Zoom meeting later to work on the retreat. Good job having tough conversations with Dad. Not Dad, Connor, which is your brother. Yeah, I think it's easy to keep the peace. It's risky and hard to have the hard conversations, and they're risky. The walls can come up, but also connections can happen. So good job. Good morning, Esta. Esta says, grateful for an amazing weekend of reconnecting with old friends. Nice. That sounds similar to what I've been celebrating lately. Kerbot says, this is why Burning Man is great. It is an intentional, safe space that encourages everyone to explore their own truth. Totally. There's something magic about anytime there is a forced rules for being, that's dangerous. But when the forced rules are that be independent and follow your own truth and self-express, it kind of flips that negative or that constriction into a freedom. Good morning, Andrew. Andrew says, I have a lot to be grateful for. He's grateful for the app Ice Block, which is, I saw that on the, I was trying to update my SoundCloud app this morning, and I couldn't find the original. And so I'm like searching through popular apps, and Ice Block is one of the more popular apps now. It's listed as one of the top downloads, and it's to track and report ice movements. Pretty amazing on the iPhone. And although I'm generally trying to be on vacation from my stress and worry during love mornings, it is a part of it. This is also not an escape. And the by far the biggest source of my recent stress and worry and lack of grounding is ice, and the budget, the for ice in the big, beautiful bill. So won't get too into it, but so I am grateful for anything that slows down, minimizes, hinders, or helps us to recognize the mistake of ice as it is being implemented. So thank you. Oh, cool, Esta. Well, I'm glad that doesn't surprise me that we would have cool connections in common. Chris says, grateful to reunite with an old friend on Sunday. Though we have different approaches to spirituality that have led to contentious moments in the past, I'm grateful her path led her to sobriety, and we stayed away from those topics and just reminisced. It was great. That can be a skillful dialogue. Glad you're able to navigate it. Good morning, Charles. Charles says, I am grateful for my caregiver who is taking a week off to celebrate with her mom. She deserves the visit to the coast of Northern California to reconnect with family. Thanks, Charles. Good luck during the break. I am grateful. I think I'm going to Northern California this weekend, or Central Coast. I'm going to a wedding in Monterey. That's right. So I'm heading to Monterey on Friday. And this weekend is also Oregon Country Fair, which I'm not going to, but I've been in the past. It's a pretty fun dealio. High Noon says, I'm grateful to have so many opportunities to mingle. Oops, where it is. With burners in my life. Those who have gone seem to have a heart and kindness I've never felt before. My real discovery, or my path post Burning Man, was I generally sought out social situations with other burners. That I experienced what you are describing, where there's a certain level of self-awareness and mutual support and creativity that seems to be present in people who make Burning Man a part of their lives, or 10 Principles events. Now, it isn't exclusive. Like, that's not saying that I don't meet and hang out and love with lots of people who don't have anything to do with Burning Man. But for a long time, I guess is that still the case? I mean, I don't think it's as much anymore. But like going to a bar after you've hung out with burners, it's like, oh man, no thank you. Gerbot is also grateful that his assistant whipped up a Tamper Monkey script to hide promoted posts on Reddit that worked great on his first attempt. Hoo-ha. Good morning, Angela. Angela says, I'm grateful again that I woke up alive in a body on a planet that is spinning around a ball of burning gas in infinite space. Woo! Lucky you. What a cool house for your spirit to be in. Juan is going to protest ice at the burn by bringing a refrigerator. Good morning, Candace. Good morning. What are you grateful for? We'll be here for a few more minutes. If anyone else wants to share any gratitude, hello, Sherry. Sherry says, I'm grateful for deep sleep. Not sure what else yet. Waking up fearful, but grateful to be working through that to a better space. That's fair. I got good sleep last night. I'm grateful for that. I am grateful I'm going to see my mom today for lunch, and grateful for a planned trip to the airport to pick up Lisa when she comes in late tonight, and knowing that I will be cuddling next to her when I go to sleep tonight. That is my greatest treasure. Happy Tuesday, Zoe! And yay, spaceship. Yeah, I mention this periodically, but I think there's this comic that just really hit me of this line of spirits, like infinite as far as trillions and trillions and trillions of spirits waiting in line for their chance to be incarnated into a body. And so here we are. We're on the ride. Lucky us to be conscious inside one of these bodies. Woo, woo. Candace says, I'm grateful that I've been able to share my journey since 2017 till now and all my challenges, successes. Beautiful. Zoe is grateful for a brief visit soon from my mom and stepdad. Yay. Hooray for family that we can get along with. That's one of those treasures that you value more and more the older you get. And so I'm grateful for this opportunity to connect and share and hear gratitude and share gratitude and be reminded of all the big and little things that we get to experience while we're in these bodies, having these conscious human experiences. Thanks for helping me remember all the things around me. Candace says, my Burning Man experience started with a letter to you about my fears, and now we share such amazing successes. That's a great joy. I love that. Ain't that so often the case? What for so long we experience as thoughts of fear about what could be and what might be. And on the other side of all that, on the other side of the experience, we get to share that journey of learning and growth and joy. I remember reading or hearing someone say that you can't teach or learn confidence. You can only gain confidence through experience. You have to do things and then learn that you can do it. That hit me. Speaking of which, I'm grateful that I had some success this morning. I'm trying to glue together this warped wooden thing, like a divider, like this hinged wooden divider that we had. It's not really made for being outside, and so it kind of started to warp and it's all falling apart. So I've been trying to glue it back together this morning, and it was really hard to get one section together and another section together because it's warped and it kept popping out, and I got it. So I'm thinking by the time Lisa comes home, it's going to be functional again. I did not, however, have success in my attempts to fix the sliding screen door yesterday. I mean, it works, just sticks, and I took it off, and I tried all these things that I saw on YouTube, so I don't know. I might have to report it to the property manager and say, I need professional help. I mean, I should also talk to a therapist because I need professional help, but specifically the professional help of a handyman or woman or person. Okay. Well, it is just about past, and it is a beautiful Tuesday. We are in July, and I hope it is beautiful wherever you are. I hope you have lots of opportunities to notice things to be grateful for today, lots of opportunities to be the kind of person that you want to be today, whether that be waving and saying hello to neighbors or saying thank you to a cashier, or holding a door open for a neighbor, or donating to a GoFundMe, even a couple dollars just so that people who are struggling and in pain and alone know that there's other people out there thinking about them. Hope you find some ways today to remember and be the person that makes you proud to be you. Dustin says, I am grateful to spend time with an amazing friend I've had a chance to reconnect with. She supported me through tough times, and now I can return the favor. My heart is happy. Yeah. Kirvat says, building up confidence to repair things. Awesome. think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. This is a tough one for me. I definitely feel like I get my share of discouraging experiences. Like I'm still working on the friggin' green screen setup downstairs. I was hoping that was going to be an example of a confidence builder, but I'll tell you tomorrow if the wood thing worked. In any case, wherever you are, give yourself a hug and imagine us all being connected into this hug around the world where the physical location doesn't matter. We are in this place of heart and intention. We are in Hug Nation, where we are all dual citizens. We're all welcome and free and supported and celebrated. So let's celebrate and support one another as we take a deep breath in and squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and everyone here, thank you so much for being a part of this day, sharing your gratitude. I love you. Thanks, everyone. Bye, Gerbot. Bye, High Noon. Bye, Dustin and Candace and Zoe and Sherry and Chris, Juan, Angela, Charles, Esta, whoever might still be with us. Love you.